Well, as you can see, it's a pretty rainy and a little bit of a cold spring day. But it's days like these that remind me of horror stories, and it puts me in the mood to read mysteries and horror and all those kinds of books that make you think things go bump in the night. Well, I want to tell you about a compilation of short stories and poems that I recently came across, and they were written by Muriel E. Eddy, and it's called In the Gray of the Dusk. Now, let me give you a little bit of a backstory to this story. When I bought this book, I met Jim Dyer, who compiled it. He is a descendant of Muriel E. Eddy. He found her work and wanted to, remember her and put her work into a physical form. And I thought that was absolutely wonderful. But the most fascinating aspect of this woman's life is that she became friends with the H.P. Lovecraft. Seriously. I'm like, that was so awesome. And just to think how those conversations actually came out, having coffee or tea and just talking about all things scary and horror, I think that's actually fascinating. Now, this book is compiled of short stories and poems that are, I'd say, horror and dark fiction, but they're not what you would assume to be modern horror dark fiction. In fact, some of the words that Muriel chooses to use are very in the old-fashioned way. And in a way, I actually find them very poetic. I love it. I absolutely love it. And in some cases, I find that her stories remind me a lot of Edgar Allan Poe, who is one of my favorite short story poet writers of all times. But I think I'm gonna have to put her at very top of the list too after reading her work. So if you're into that genre, I highly recommend just picking it up and giving it a really good read. You'll really enjoy it.